So I'm putting new line on this old reel, and the stuff that's on there now is, I don't know, it's pretty wimpy. I think it might be 6 pound, but it doesn't really have any strength left to it. I usually to take it off the reel, I'll just wind it around my hand after you flip the bail up and just strip it off there as fast as you can. And it seems like there's a lot more on there than I thought. But once I get done with it and get it all the way off, it's almost there. I might be lying though. Anyways, once I do get it all the way off, I'll take it and I cut it before I get rid of it. So that way you don't hear, some animal that, not that it's going to the landfill probably, but who knows what they do with that stuff. You don't want to hear of some animal that had it wrapped all around its neck and died from Jason's fishing line. Probably just something to make me feel better. I figured if I was putting new line on a reel, I might as well show you how I spool mine up. So I grab the line, and I'm sure most of you know how to do this. It's most people that fish know how to put it on, but this is the way I do it. So bring the line down through, and then make sure you click the bail over. And all you people know, you've done it before. Forgot to put the bail over. Get the knot tied, and then you just reel and reel and reel, and that bail spins around, but no line goes on. So we'll get this around the spool, and I mean you could do a couple overhand knots. I just usually do a slip knot, so I'll take this and go around the line a few times. Trying to get it to the light. Here we go. And slip it through that hole there. And then pull it tight. And pull the whole thing tight and lock it down on that spool. Now I'll take my knife, I'll take the tag end and cut it as close to the knot as you can without hitting the other line, and leave a little bit of a tail on there so it doesn't slip through itself. And then I got a little piece of tape here I'll put over top of that knot so the tag end doesn't get caught up in the other line as you're reeling it through, and kind of gives it a little bit of resistance to slipping around the spool. Sometimes that can happen where it'll just slide around the spool and not do anything for you. So the next thing is monofilament, fluorocarbon. They both have a little bit of a memory to them. So even though this stuff is really thin and it's supposed to not have much of a memory, it still has a little twist in it. So if you take the label end of your line and put it up in the air, that'll be coming off counterclockwise, and it'll go on here clockwise. And it should keep that same memory of the line. So then you just spool it on there until you have enough, and you'll be ready with your nice fresh new line and ready to catch some fish. Let me know on the bottom in the comments if you do anything different, or if you do it the same way, or if you're like, hey, I got the same line on my pole from 18 years ago and I haven't had a problem yet. Maybe that's his case. But I like to, I guess, support the fishing line industry, because I like to change mine once every couple of years, because I've had it break before and I've been frustrated. So after I get done with the line, instead of tying just this line straight to the pole, I just go ahead and put a hook on. And this is a pretty small hook, And I like to tie polymer knots if I'm bass fishing, but that's a heavier line and it can hold it better. I tried a polymer knot a second ago just to see, and it slid right through. An easy knot to do is a snell knot, and that's what I like to do when I'm using it when I'm trout fishing. And it's nice because it's not the strength of the knot that it's using. A knot is the weakest part of your line, and it will break at the knot a lot of times. This knot ties around the shank of your hook, and so it's a straight line and hooking onto the shank to where it's stronger. So the way to do a snell knot is down through the eye of the hook, pull the tag end down, and I'm sure you can't see this very well because it's so small. And then I'll make a loop above the shank there. There's a loop there. I don't know if you can see it. So then I'll hold the loop and I'll take the tag end and go around like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. It's such a small shank there that's kind of hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we got enough. We'll go with lucky 7. Maybe that'll help, right? So then you have your tag end and you have your loop. You take your tag end, put it in through the loop. Oops, missed it. Trying to give you a visual, but we'll see if it works. See that loop right there? We're going to stick the tag end right through the loop. You're like, no, I can't see the loop. So there we are. Got the tag end through the loop. And what we'll do is we'll just pull this and hold the tag end, and it's going to bring it right down the shank of the hook. So that's a snell knot. And I'll take my, well, sometimes I have fingernail clippers on me, but I'll usually have my knife too, and I'll just cut the tag end there. And that hook is ready for a worm and ready to haul a fish in. With trout season quickly approaching, I'm down at one of the local streams to catch some minnows to make salted minnows. I have a little minnow trap here that I borrowed from my nephew because mine's missing, and put some bread in it. And there's a nice little calm spot that's kind of deep after that waterfall, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bunch of minnows in there. So I'm going to go throw this in there and let it sit for a few days and come back and see what we get. We're going to check out a running shot going up this bank. Let's see. There we go.
I missed my crop. Thanks! This will be a fun ride home. I might do that. I'll just walk.
spot one. Kind of a bust. How many did you catch?
3.
Brenna caught 3, Brielle caught 2, I caught 3. But they were all shiners, like golden shiners. Nothing.
They're illegal.
They're not illegal, they just aren't something we want. So we're gonna go try another spot. It's pretty sunny out, so it's not really great for catching fish right now.
Except for shiners.
It's the middle of the day. And anyways, we only have a little bit of time. We're planning on getting fish fry from Kathy's Corner Cafe. It's Friday. Trying to support local restaurant.
BLT.
And Brenna's BLT.
I do.
Anyway, next place. How's the fishing? Dismal.
Yeah.
Brenna had one on. We're at the second location. We went to the duck sanctuary first. I didn't pick up my phone because, well, you guys saw as we were leaving. We hadn't caught anything really. Not anything that we could eat anyways. Well, I guess we could, if we were starving, we'd eat those suckers. Golden shiners. So we're up at a top secret location that only some people know. And we're catching nothing. Brenna had one on. Right, Brenna?
Yeah.
She said she had one on. I never saw
I
it.
saw it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
You're not supposed to say that. It's not a fish unless you bring it all the way in. Are you sure it was a fish, Brenna?
It was a fish.
It was above the water and then it took a whirl and went away.
Then it went away. All right. Gwen is back on the leash. She's a muddy mess. Put her in the pond up to her belly and kind of washed her legs down. And she's chasing chickens over here, so we had to rescue them so they wouldn't stress out and they could keep laying eggs. Oh, she's on them now. Gwen, she's gonna get them chickens. You hear it? All right, Gwen. Oh, don't spook them too much. Oh, stop. The girls are trying to figure out what's going on. Hey, girls. Hey, everybody. Oh, they're like, we're up into the roost. Oh, no. Oh, it's okay, chickies. Hey. Huh. They're afraid since we can't catch fish, we might want chicken for dinner. Your girls are good. Hey, we're not gonna eat ya. What do you think, Win? What is that thing? Winnie, what is it? Oh, what is it? Well, that's a wrap. Good thing our survival isn't dependent on our fishing skills, or we might be dead right now. Thank you, Kathy's Corner Cafe, for a great fish fry tonight that kept us fed. Next time I tease you with a fishing video, hopefully I come through on my end of the deal and have some fishing action. It was nice to get out with the family though, get some fresh air, and at least attempt to catch a fish. The 8 golden shiners were enough to get excited a little bit, but it would have been nice to bring something home. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ones to come. Just want to thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you could, and make a comment down below to let us know how we're doing. And I just want you to know we love you, and God loves you, and God bless you all. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. I figured if I was putting line on a reel, I would show you all how I do it. I'm sure most of you know how, if you're fishermen, but this is the way that I go about putting line on a reel. So I took that all off, and actually the reel was a little loose. I got in there, tightened it up a little bit, and now everything's working well. So I've got my line here, a 6-pound test. And you run it down through the eye, if I can do that. Can't see it. Disappearing on me. Maybe the fish won't see it either. Okay. So, run it down through the eye. Click your bail over. I don't know how many times when I was younger, I'd forget to click the bail over. I'd get it run all the way down through, tie the knot, and then it wouldn't work. So, you bring this around the bail, and you can do it many ways. I like to use like a slip knot. So, I'll bring it around the line a couple times. Trying. Alright. That's not working. We do this better. Man, this stuff is small. Or I'm old. I figured if I was putting some line on a pole, well, that's a wrap. Good thing we don't have to count on our fishing skills to... What was the word I was saying?
You want us to do a cue card?
Well...
Free L!
What do I have to deal with over here? The peanut gallery. Are you done? Well, that's a wrap. Good thing our survival isn't dependent on our fishing skills, because we might be dead or at least really hungry. Good thing Kathy's Corner Cafe came through in a pinch, and we were able to have fish fries for dinner, even though we couldn't catch anything. Next time we tease you with a good fishing video, hopefully we can come through on our end of the deal. Just weren't biting today, or too sunny, or you know, those fishing towels with the excuses. Well, Joy's whispering on the couch while I'm trying to talk. All right. Brielle. Please. Well, that's a wrap.
Hell! She's the giggles.
Yes.
She's tired.
Maybe stop
Grounded.
messing up and I want it.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Did you record that?
Yeah. Wait a
I was
minute.
placing an order and the price would skyrocket or something.
Well, that's a wrap. Good thing our survival isn't dependent on our fishing skills, or we'd be dead right now. Brielle's gonna be dead in a minute.